Let's get ready to rumble!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Supernatural Sunday. All right. Woo! We are ready. I'm amped up for this episode. First of all, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. Thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you to everyone that watches, whether you're a subscriber, whether you're not a subscriber. Thank you for watching the videos. I greatly appreciate it. Now, with that being said and that out the way, we're ready to jump into the final 2 episodes of season 4, ladies and gentlemen. We made it through to season 4. Made it to the end. So we're going to talk about the last 2 episodes, and boy, what a last 2 episodes. What a final 2 episodes of the season we got for this one. So we're going to let me get my little notes here and we can get started here. Now, this is going to be episode 21 of season 4, called When the Levee Breaks. Now we have a lot of returning characters for this episode. Julie McNiven returns as Anna. Then we have Christopher Heyerdahl. He returns as Alistair. Samantha Smith returns as Mary Winchester. And we also have Colin Ford, who returns to play young Sam Winchester. What a cast. What a cast. Okay, so the plot for this episode is Dean and Bobby have Sam locked in the panic room, which we saw that at the end of the last episode, to get him off the demon blood. With the apocalypse drawing near, Bobby tries to convince Dean to free Sam to fight on their side. Dean is so full of doubt over this whole demon blood and Sam being hopped up on demon blood that he begins to truly believe that the old Sam is gone for good and is no longer able to help. Wow. There's a lot to unpack in this episode. Everything just seems like it's going downhill at a fast rate. We know Sam's become different since he's been on the demon blood, since he's become so addicted to it. Yeah, he's changed a lot. But in the way Sam sees it, Sam's doing what he needs to do to put an end to the apocalypse to kill Lilith. But that's all what, Ruby has got in his head and told him that he can do it. So, Ruby's telling Sam that he can kill Lilith, he can stop the apocalypse, and the angels are telling Dean that he's the one that's supposed to stop the apocalypse. But before we get any further, so let's go ahead and let's take out some scenes for season 4, episode 21, When the Levee Breaks. Here we go.
The answer is yes. You're hallucinating. That's right. It's me. Or, it's you.
I'm losing my mind.
Definitely. How could you do this to me? I thought we were gonna be normal.
I tried.
It's all we ever wanted. We were so close. You got away from Dad. You quit hunting. You were gonna become a lawyer and get married. Why'd you blow it?
Look. They killed Jessica.
Yeah. And if you hadn't run off with Dean, if you'd been there to protect her, she'd still be alive.
I know. I'm sorry. I am. But life doesn't turn out the way you thought it would when you were 14 years old. We were never gonna be normal. We were never gonna get away.
Maybe you're right. Maybe there's no escape. After all, how can you run from what's inside you?
I know why you really drink that blood, Sam.
Just leave me alone.
Makes you feel strong, invincible. A big bad wolf in a world of little pigs.
No, you're wrong, Dean.
But it's more than that, isn't it? It's because your whole life you felt different. Am I right? But not different because you were some lonely kid or because of your weirdo family.
Stop it.
But because you're a monster.
Shut up! Just shut the hell
You were always a monster. And you only feel right when you're sucking down more poison and more evil.
I would die for him in a second. But I won't let him do this to himself. I can't. I guess I found my line. I won't let my brother turn into a monster.
Monster, Sam. You're a monster.
Dean, no.
I tried so hard to pretend that we were brothers. That you weren't one of the filthy things that we hunt. But we're not even the same species. You're nothing to me.
Don't say that to me. Don't you say that to me.
Look what she did to you! But she up and vanishes weeks at a time, leaves you cracking out for another hit?
She was looking for Lilith.
That is French for manipulating your ass 10 ways from Sunday.
You're wrong, Dean.
Sammy, you're lying to yourself. I just want you to be okay.
Come with us, Dean. We'll do this together.
That sounds great. As long as it's you and me. Demon bitch is a deal breaker. You kiss her goodbye, we can go right now.
I can't. Dean, I need her to help me kill Lilith. I'm the only one who can do this, Dean.
No. You don't know what you're doing, Sam.
Yes, I do.
Then that's worse!
Why? Look, I'm telling you.
Because it's not something that you're doing, it's what you are! It means...
What? Say it.
It means you're a monster.
You don't know me. You never did. And you never will.
You walk out that door. Don't you ever come back.
All right, there you go. This was an amazing, amazing episode. This episode was fantastic, okay? Absolutely fantastic. The scenes during Sam's hallucinations, Jared pulls out all the stops in those scenes, from like his movements to his emotion to his delivery of his lines. He used what he was given to give his character more depth, and despite his actions in the episodes, despite his actions throughout the season with the demon blood and all that stuff and everything that he's doing behind Dean's back, you sympathize with him because, like I said, he honestly thinks that what he's doing is the right thing to do. It's the only thing to do. But, that's just Ruby's influence on him. She's got him believing that, and he believes in it fully. The scene at the end of the final showdown between him and Dean, Sam still shows some humanity. Very subtle, but he does show that he's still human, despite what Dean believes. It's at this point in the episode, in the show. If you didn't know it before, you definitely know it now. Ruby's got a whole hidden agenda, and it's about to come to fruition. And the boys are just caught in the middle of it. The boys and Bobby are just all they're just caught in the middle of it, and they're at odds, and it's all because of Ruby. Um, so yeah, this was a very 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 good episode. Um, these season finales, they have a way of setting them up to where it all comes down to not how are they going to, but can they get past this? Um, they do such a good job of putting them in, trapping them in a corner to where there is seemingly no way to escape. There's no way to figure out what to do. There's nothing to do. They have a way of painting that picture very, very well with this show. Um, like I said, a fantastic episode. Jared Padalecki really shows off his ability, his acting ability. In this episode, I mean, he sees himself, he sees Mary, he sees Alistair, even Dean. He even has hallucinations of Dean telling him that he's a monster. Um, and that you could tell by the look on his face that just killed him when Dean looked at him and said, "You're a monster. You've become a monster." Um, just an incredible, incredible episode. I'm telling you, if you have got to watch this episode, I'm telling you, if you start this show, pay really close attention when you get to this episode because I'm telling you, it's one of the best ones. It's one of the best out of the season. I'm telling you. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and move on to the second episode of the show, and that's going to be the actual season finale, the episode of 22. But before we get into that, I have to do it. I have it every week, every Sunday. I have to do it. You got the first cup is your best cup. Now, many of you coffee drinkers out there know what happens when you don't have a cup of coffee in your hands. When you don't get that first cup, your whole day is ruined. You will not even be in control of what you do throughout the day if you don't have a cup of coffee to start your day. Take a look at these and then tell me he should have had a cup of coffee.
Do I have something in my teeth?
You should try it sometime.
Alrighty then. You know something? You're right. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da da da. Da 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 da. Hey!
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
It's lovely, but I fancy myself in autumn.
But we've had similar problems in the past. Sorry. Now these two are Australians. The bald one is Mick Katie. The other is said to have been raised by Aborigines. Aborigines. The natives call him Gaji, the hunter. Both are known cultures and have been seen in the area.
Honk, 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 honk.
Hey-ho, Silver, away!
First cup, best cup. Good. All right. There you go. There's the first cup. Oh, I'm going to have another sip of that. That was pretty good. Mm-hmm. All right, now we're going to jump into the episode 22, which is called Lucifer Rising. Now, this episode, we have a Rob LaBelle who plays Father Lean, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, he is the the pastor that you see at the first part of the episode. Now he makes a small role here. He's played in movies such as The Watchmen. He played in 64 episodes of a show called The First Wave, which I've never seen that. And he played in the movie The Possession with I'm trying to think of it. I can't think of his name. But anyways, okay. He played in The Possession with Sam and Dean's father in that movie. I can't think of his name. I'm sorry. It totally slips. He plays Negan in The Walking Dead. I know what he plays in. I just can't think of his name. But he plays in The Possession, which is a great film. Very, very good film. If you've never seen that, you definitely need to check it out. Watchmen was an okay flick. Watchmen was okay. It also stars Julia Wimbles, who plays one of the demonic nurses in this episode. And she was in The Good Doctor for 15 episodes. I've never seen that. Before I Say Goodbye, I've never seen that one either. And she also played in a little film called Snakehead Terror. Now, I have seen that, of course. It's a Sci-Fi Pictures original movie, which was pretty cool. So, yeah, she was good in that. And we also have a Darren Dolinsky, who plays Lilith's demon in this episode. And he played in Tron Legacy. He also played in Godzilla in 2014 version. And he was in 12 Rounds 3 Lockdown with Dean Ambrose from WWE. That was a very good film, by the way. Very good film. Way better than Part 2 with Randy Orton. I'm sorry. I didn't like Part 2 with Randy Orton, but 3 was good. The first one and the third one were great. So, that being said, moving on. The plot for this episode is the brothers prepare to fight the apocalypse from different camps. Sam and Ruby hunt down Lilith, while Dean joins Castiel and Zachariah to fight Lucifer. Yes, Dean does go with, he gets taken by Cass and Zachariah, which totally leaves Bobby just out of the picture, which I really didn't like that too much. But anyways, so Dean gets whisked off to heaven because they tell him that it's time. It's almost time. So they take him to a safe place and hold him there. The whole time he's there, he wants to find Sam. He wants to call Sam. Bobby has this little heart to heart with him at the first part of the episode and tells him, hey, you sound like a whiny bitch. You sound like your father, and your father was a coward. Said that he would rather push Sam away than to talk to him. And he told Dean, he said, you're a better man than your father ever was. He said, don't be your dad. Call Sam. Talk to him. So Cass, blips him out, takes him someplace up in heaven. Dean's just, he's going frantic, trying to get a hold of Sam. Ruby's playing mind games with Sam. She's leading him on. She's got him hopped up on demon blood. She even, I think she did it, faked a call from Dean to Sam, telling Sam that he was a monster, that he didn't want anything to do with him, this, that, the other, which pushed Sam farther away, into Ruby's grasp of believing her bullshit. Pardon my French. But, so, and he's on this kick of wanting to kill Lilith, and he'll do anything it takes to kill her. And Sam is Dean is in heaven trying to get Cass to help him. He said, you wanted to help me before, but then they shipped you off to Bible camp. Now you're just a dick. You're a totally different person. Um, but I think in the end, he finally does, get to Cass. So let's take a look at some clips from episode 22, Lucifer Rising. Here we go.
I'm not calling him. Well, we are damn near kickoff for Armageddon. Don't you think we got bigger fish at the moment?
I know you're pissed, and I'm not making apologies for what he's done, but he's your blood.
He's my blood, is that what you're gonna say?
He's your brother, and he's drowning.
Sam never wanted part of this family. He hated this life growing up. Ran away to Stanford first chance he got. He's gone. I'm not even sure if he's still my brother anymore.
You stupid son of a bitch! Well, boo-hoo! I am so sorry your feelings are hurt. Princess, are you under the impression that family's supposed to make you feel good? Make you an apple pie, maybe? They're supposed to make you miserable! That's why they're family!
I told him, you walk out that door, don't come back, and he walked out anyway.
You sound like your dad. Well, let me tell you something. Your dad was a coward.
The coward?
He'd rather push Sam away than reach out to him. You are a better man than your daddy ever was. So you do both of us a favor. Don't be him.
I just wanted to say I'm sorry it ended like this.
It's Armageddon, Cass. You need a bigger word than sorry.
Try to understand. This is long foretold.
It's all a bunch of lies, you poor stupid son of a bitch. It's just a way for your bosses to keep me and keep you in line. You know what's real? People. Families. That's real. And you're gonna watch them all burn?
What is so worth saving? I see nothing but pain here. I see inside you. I see your guilt, your anger, confusion. In paradise, all is forgiven. You'll be at peace.
You can take your piece and shove it up your lily white ass. There was a right and there was a wrong here, and you know it. Look at me. You know it. Now, you were gonna help me once, weren't you? You were gonna warn me about all this before they dragged you back to Bible camp. Help me. Now. Please.
Castiel, would you mind explaining just what the hell you're doing? He won't be gone long. We have to find Sam now.
Where is he?
I don't know, but I know who does. We have to stop him, Dean, from killing Lilith. Lilith is the final seal. She dies, the end begins.
Sam!
You turned yourself into a freak. A monster. And now you're not gonna bite. You set him free, and he's gonna be grateful. He's gonna repay you in ways that you can't even imagine.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so there you go with that. This was another perfect episode with a fitting climax to the season. The season it had one of the most this season had one of the most intense storylines. that causes Sam and Dean to fight so much throughout this episode, throughout this season. The disagreements that took place between the two, it didn't feel forced. It felt like it flowed, you know, like it should between two brothers. Um, and it shows how perfectly acted the scenes were due to the incredible casting of the show. Um, you couldn't find, I don't think, a better cast to play in the show in this episode in this show. Period. And I know I've said that 20 billion times before, but it's the God's honest truth, in my opinion. You can't find anybody better to play Sam, Dean, Cass, Bobby, any of the characters in this show. They did so well with casting this show. It was unreal. Um, the plot twists and betrayals and hidden agendas in the last two episodes came into play incredibly well and shocked a lot of people. Now, I don't want to say that I didn't know that Ruby was pulling Sam's chain. I kind of had a feeling, but as you watch it, as you watch the episode, the episodes play out, like I said, Sam thinks he's doing what is right. And you kind of sympathize with him on that. You actually think that, Sam's doing what he knows he has to do to end it all, to stop the apocalypse, to kill Lilith. He's doing what he thinks is right the whole time. But then you also take Dean's side as well, because Dean knows Ruby's, full of crap. That she's leading him down a bad road. And, you watch the turmoil unfold between the two brothers. And I mean, it's like I said, it's not forced. It flows. And it's like it should, a regular, real life two brothers would freaking argue and fight. I've got two brothers and a stepbrother. And two stepbrothers. We fight all the time. But and it's just the way it is. You're not always going to get along, but your family in the end. This was such a great episode, great episode. And then by the end of the episode, of course, we find out that Ruby's been pulling, Sam's chain all along. Lilith was the final seal. So she used Sam to kill Lilith to break the final seal to raise Lucifer. So now, Dean shows up at the end of the episode thanks to Cass getting him out of heaven and sending him to where Sam was. Ruby blocks him from getting to Sam. And there's at one point when Sam is actually using his abilities to kill Lilith, and he hears Dean screaming his name. And he stops, and you could see the tears well up in his eyes because he hears Dean calling his name. And then, Ruby's like, why are you stopping? You got to do this. You got to do this. And then Lilith opens her mouth and calls Sam a chicken, for lack of a better word. And then Sam kills her and brings on the apocalypse. But there at the end of the episode, Dean finally gets into the room, and him and Sam team up to stab Ruby and kill Ruby. But they're stuck in there in that room, trapped with Lucifer rising. And that's where the episode ends. I'm telling you, it's a cliffhanger, folks. It's a cliffhanger. This show does cliffhangers so very, very well. If you're not used to it by now, we're in season 4. If you're not used to it by now, you better get used to it quick, because they keep coming. They keep coming. This show is fantastic. And we're only on season 4, folks. Season 4. We've got so many more seasons to go. And I'm telling you, season 4 was incredible. Season 5 just gets better and better. The show just gets better and better as it goes along. And I hope you tune in for the ride, because it's going to be fantastic. I'm having a blast talking about this show. I'm having so much of a blast, I got to have another sip of coffee. Oh, yeah. All right. Now, like I said, this is a great show. The final 2 episodes of the season were absolutely fantastic. Both episodes were very well acted, well directed. It doesn't get any better than this, folks. It doesn't get any better than this, and I'm telling you that right now. So, we're going to end the episode right here. I need to quit running my mouth and rambling on. So Tuesday we're going to have, like I said, we're following that schedule. We're doing really good with it. So Tuesday is going to be a Mike's Movie Rampage. Thursday will be Classic Movie Buffet Theater. Thank you guys so much for watching the last Classic Movie Buffet Theater, getting it up there. I appreciate that one. And then I'll see you back here next Sunday for the start of season 5 of Supernatural. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.